Hi, welcome back. Today I am going to talk about 6 points we should consider, must take care before purchasing a CNC router machine. So, what are those 6 points? The first is application capability. Then, second one is the production capacity. Then, third one is the operator availability. And fourth one is the project feasibility. And the fifth one is supplier dependability, and sixth one is machine quality. We must take care these points before purchasing a CNC router machine. Most of the times we got with the magical ability of CNC router machines for creating materials in different shape and sizes, and forget about to follow these points before purchasing the machine. So the first point is the application capability. We will elaborate on this point. Application capability. What is meant by the application capability? Most of the time people will think about the application capability of the machine only after buying the machine. Then only they will, okay, a CNC router can do these things. Okay, you give me one CNC router. Then the supplier will give without understanding what is the exact requirement of the customer. And once he get the machine, then only he will start thinking, okay, my application is this thing, and my it's not this was my applications, and I'm not able to take out the right kind of work from this machine. So the points what we have to check the application capability is that first we have to decide, and we have to tell the supplier that I want to work on a particular material. So the machine should be like that, which is suitable for a particular material. That is the whether I want to work on wood, I want to work on graphite, I want to work on stone, I want to work on different kinds of stones are there: marble, granite, sandstone, and all, and also different kinds of artificial wood, natural wood, and all those kind of things. So the first and foremost point, we have to see that we have to see the what material we are going to work with, the working material. We have to see what is the working material. We have to see that work with that particular material with this machine. So I have already explained you a number of materials available in this world, and it is used for different kinds of applications. So we have to see that it is just suitable for that particular application. Next, material. Okay, this machine is okay for material, this particular material. Then we have to see that what is your job size, how much big object you want to make, or the part you want to make, or material want to machine. So according to that we have to decide the size of the machine. And also depend upon the complexity of the workpiece, we have to decide whether this shape is achievable in 3 axes, 4 axes, or 5 axes, like that. Then we have to decide, okay, if I want to achieve this particular shape in one go, what should be the axis of the machine. So these all kind of things we have to decide before purchasing the machine. That is the one of the application capability, that is job size, and the capability to machine the shape. Accordingly we have to decide what axis of the machine should be there, and what should be the working area for the machine. Then also we have to see the features, because if you want to get some particular application get done, then we have to see the features, like that whether if you want to do for stone carving, then we have to see that should be water bed, then water flow should be there, the flow, like that things we have to see. Then they show, then if you suppose if you want to do micro milling, so we have to see that the spindle is suitable for that. That is the high RPM spindles we require if you want to go for very minute drilling and all those kind of things. And if you want to process panel board, so while processing the panel board, the time taken to do the job is minimal, very small. But loading the job, taking out the workpiece, and all that, it takes a lot of time, just clamping and all those, whatever it is. So we have to see that, okay, if we are doing the panel processing, then we should have a vacuum bed, so that immediately we can place the material and take it very fast. So these all things we have to see, that application capability, we have to see the application capability of the machine. That is the first and foremost thing. Then if our application capability is okay, this machine is suitable to our kind of work, then next thing what we have to see is that how much we want to produce, products we want to do, how much service we want to do for others with this machine. So that will be decided by the production capacity of the machine. So the production capacity, if you want to produce more things in lesser time, then we have to reduce time in many things. So we have to see that in first we have to reduce time, so we can use vacuum bed and pallet changer. The vacuum bed is just easily, we can clamp the job very fast. Even we can make some fixtures so that we can easily fastly hold the job and start machining. And also pallet changer, when we want to, some machines are available with the capability to change the job is automatically, so that is a pallet changer we can use. Then if you want to change the tool automatically, automatic tool changer should be there. Then if you have to work with a number of tools in a particular material, so every time if you want to change the tool, then it takes a lot of time. And also if we can reduce the time, if you want to do similar jobs, multiple pieces if you want to do, then we can have a machine with a multiple head, like that. At a stress it can work for two part, 4 part, six part, or 8 part, 12 parts, if it has a multiple 12 head machine or 8 head machine, like that. So look for features that which will reduce the timing in each and every to get the better productivity. Then we have to see the lot of automation, where is a lesser human intervention is there. Then if you are to change the program, with just a press of a button, we should able to change the program, or change material, or wherever we can able to do the automation, we should able to do with the to get the better productivity and production capacity of the machine will be decided by that. Then we have to see that there is some improved performance in, if we are using a stone engraving machine, stone carving machine, then if you have a heavy spindle or bigger spindle, you can go more depth in one pass, so it will improve the performance of the machine. Also we may want the axis motors, that is the motor which gave the movement, which can move faster. So speed most like if you can go for from stepper to servo, or higher capacity motors we can use, like that. We can also improve the performance of the various features of the machine to improve the production capacity. So that is that thing also we have to see before purchasing the machines. So what is my production capacity, how much job I want to do per day, whether that machine is capable to do that job, and to decide the production capacity of the machine before purchasing. And once this featured with a right kind of application machine, with the right kind of application capability, and with the right kind of production capacity, once we get the machine, how it's going to work, because like earlier days, there is no much skilled manpower, skilled manpower in the sense that who can manually work, like that. If a carpenter, he can do a lot of artwork with his hand, so he should be a skilled person, then only he can do that. But as far as the CNC router machine is concerned, he should have some other capability similar to that. He should have an artistic knowledge, as well as he should know how to use and operate the different tools, whether it's software tools or machine tools. He should be able to design in software, and he can able to make the program. You have the engineering mentality, also an artistic mentality, so he can have a better job performance. So this point we miss out generally. We think that okay, if we are getting the machine, okay, we can have everything, but we must also be taken care of. The right person is available for working with this machine. So that is at the same time, when we are going for the mission, we have to search for the right kind of people who have the right kind of knowledge and right kind of the skill on that is required to run the CNC router with the optimum utilization of the machine. He can do the get the best performance from the machine. And also we have to see that, okay, when if you have the right person, we also should see how much cost, that is the that how much salary and how much other benefits we have to give the person, whether it is affordable and all. That will come in your project feasibility study. But that also you have to see that you are getting the right person with the right pay package. And also you have to see that the attitude of the person also is important. And one of the foremost things that no, he should be stick with you. He has a lot of integrity and he has a lot of no enthusiasm to do the work and all those kind of things. And that will make everything work perfectly syncing. So that is the most synchronizing with all those kind of things, the manpower man. This is the whether it is a hardware tool is available, software tool is available, humanware is very important. So you must have a right kind of person to get everything synchronously working and getting the right kind of output. That was the third point. And the fourth point is that is the project feasibility. So yes, we have find out everything. Okay, we found out the machine with the right application capability and production capacity, and we have the right kind of people, operator also available. Now we have to see the project feasibility. So that is the foremost thing, because just getting the charm of the machine, and if you are not earning anything out of it, there is no fun in it. So that's why we have to see and we have to go for a market search, and we must see we are look into that whether our product has higher demand in the market. Then we have to see that we are getting the better price for our product and services in that particular market. Then we have to look for the no faster return of investment, how we can achieve the faster return of investment, and it is viable like that. If financially viable, we have to see that. So we have to see that how much initial investment I am going to do for this, and what should be the running cost, and we have to reach a break even point where we can start earning the things. Project feasibility also the important thing. Then okay, the project is feasible and application capabilities, the production capacity of the machine also good. Then you have the manpower to run the machine also. Now you have to see that the machine be running it, but you require a lot of support from the supplier to keep it running. So we have to see that how much we can depend the supplier, whether tomorrow he will be available in the market, he has a good reputation in the market, and all those things we have to see, because the timely service and proper warranty service must be available. And we have to see that he is keeping the right enough space for this machine, and he is giving the right training and support to you to run the machine. And we have to see the supplier's business stability, that already I explained you, that he is stable in giving all the services and is in the market for a long time and going to be in the market for the long time. So this is the fifth point. And the sixth point, overall we have to see the quality of the machine, because even if you are getting a machine from any supplier and supplier is good, but if the machine is not good, there is no meaning in that. So we have to see that we are getting the right kind of machine, and it has a right kind of quality workmanship. It is made it will have a quality space, but the machine assembled in a shabby way, then it will not go for long. So that is also we have to see. And we are getting quality tools and accessories for running machine, because the quality tools and accessories also equally important as a machine, because if one of the tool is not, we are not getting the right kind of tool, then there is no meaning, or the old machine is a total waste. So we have to see that, okay, cutting tool for this particular applications and the quality tools we are getting, then it's going to help you. So all these 6 point is very important before going to purchase a CNC rotor machine. And you have to see that this point is implemented before getting into this project. If you are interested about the CNC rotor machine, you can join my Facebook group, or you can also join my webinar, so that I will be giving out more informations related to CNC rotor machine. And also I am conducting different courses on CNC rotor machine. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you very much.